is a geek.
Hello and welcome to another God is a Geek first look. I'm here with Martin Baker as usual.
Yeah, right, mate.
Not bad. We are looking though at something a little bit different here. This is a game called Velocity from Future Lab, an indie game developer based in sunny Brighton in England. This is a PlayStation Mini due out on the 1st of May in America and the 2nd of May in Europe. It's free for Sony PlayStation Plus subscribers for the first couple of weeks, and then everyone else can buy it on the 16th of May, £3.99. And it works on the PS3, PSP and the Vita, and we're looking at it on the PlayStation 3 here. So, what game? So straight away reminiscent of, well, it's a shooter, isn't it? It's a shooter.
Yeah. I like these type of shooters.
Well, I will tell you in advance, this is more than just a shooter. It's got some really interesting mechanics. It's strange though that you can hit walls and stuff with no consequence.
I like the visuals already. Like I said, it's reminiscent of their old games. It just reminds me of like 1942 straight away.
Yeah. So these little things I'm collecting are survivors, basically the pods that you're rescuing. Obviously, these are the tutorial levels as well, so it's showing you basic mechanics at first, which is just showing us, to collect survivors, you can use the right trigger, whichever device you're using, R1 or the right trigger on the Vita or PSP, and it speeds you up.
I'm really loving the visuals. I don't know what it is. Like everybody seems to be going back to those retro visuals, and I love it. I don't know why. I shouldn't love it. Like the amount of stuff that we play and the amount of gorgeous games that's out now, I shouldn't love going back in time.
No,
it's amazing.
It's unique looking. I should just say, you can see here, like, you get XP based on what you've done. I've got a silver medal there. Obviously bronze, silver, and gold. I think it's probably I didn't do it quick enough. The saving progress thing there, I think, is the only thing that gives it away as a PSP game, really.
And that's told you out there how to get like gold and stuff into it on that screen. Yeah.
So here's straight away the interesting part. Hold down square, it gives you a little reticule, and you teleport.
Nice.
And this is where, like I say, it gets interesting, and you can see this sort of stuff get in really hard later on.
Yeah. Especially with like walls in the way and everything.
A bonus mission trophy, I didn't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, definitely like that mechanic. But like you said, it's one of them things that you can see definitely getting difficult later on.
Yes.
Loads of bullets flying at you and.
But it's interesting. I've never seen anything like this in a sort of shooting up before. That sort of, what do they call it? Close quarters teleportation, I suppose.
Yeah. That's the joy of indie games, isn't it? They can do stuff like this and just like test the waters with it. Something that a massive company just hasn't got the resources or won't risk doing. That's why people love indie games.
Indeed. Yeah. And this is, I mean, it's easy to get carried away with indie games because sometimes they're some real crackers. I mean, thinking about games like Super Meat Boy, and Fez coming soon. But this is one of the most enjoyable ones I've played in some time. Actually, it's really, really interesting, and when you add all the mechanics together, in this case, I think we're going to see some enemies now. Yeah, here we go.
Weapons. Oh, that's proper shoot 'em up.
Yeah, very much old school, but I mean, we're not going to show you the whole game, obviously, just the sort of first 10 minutes, but it's got a lot of old school to it, but it's also got like the really unique features like the teleportation.
Even that fire, I'm pretty sure that's the same sprite from 1942 in those games. That's amazing. It's like one of those games that, you get used to seeing old school stuff and you start thinking, oh, it's just an old school game, and then it'll do like you said, the teleportation stuff. And you have to think, wait a minute, it's not just an old school game.
I think the PlayStation Minis is a really interesting idea because they're cheap little games.
Yeah.
Often your indie games that work on your PlayStation 3 and your PSP, and this one I've already tested it. It works on the Vita, and it works really well on the Vita as well.
I don't know why they don't get more praise really, because I mean, like you said, they're cheap. I mean, they're not as cheap as like an iPhone game. They're generally what, about £2, £3. But when it comes to a Vita or a PSP game, they're cheap. They're indie games, so they, a little bit more thought's gone into them generally. And you've got controls. An iPhone game or an iPad game are cheap, yes, but you've got to use a touchscreen, which sometimes just doesn't work.
Well, it's funny you should talk about that Future Lab's previous game, because this is actually only their second game. Their first game was one called Coconut Dodge, and that was released on minis as well back in 2010. EA actually published it on iPhone and iPad as well as this year. So last year.
I don't like games that use touch. So anything for PlayStation Mini, I think deserves looking at anyway, just because of that. Just like it's got actual controls.
That's right. I mean, it's hard to get across in, sort of talking about it, but it feels really smooth. And I really this level I think is this is like a speed level. You just do it as quick as you can, and hopefully you can see how sort of smooth it is, and it's really fun. And they throw that in, slows you down.
You just get used to the speed and dodging stuff, and don't forget that teleport.
I think it's when you see levels like this you realise it makes a lot of sense to allow you to hit walls and stuff, because it would be quite frustrating if every time you hit a wall it would damage you and kill you.
Yeah, because I mean the Vita screen and the PSP screen is quite narrow into it, so you wouldn't see it until it's right on top of you. If you had the ship in the middle of the screen, you wouldn't see what's coming until you're just about to smash into it, like you nearly did there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it does give you the hint of if you're using that sort of boost or speed, try and keep your ship near the bottom. It might seem, I keep basically, it's almost a habit that every time I jump forward, I then pull the stick back towards the bottom of the screen. Minis in name and nature. I mean, I think there's about 50 odd levels in this, but they're quite good. A lot of replayability, trying to get the better score.
Yeah, that's one thing that always gets me coming back. It's like, I was 2 seconds away from a gold. Damn it!
Yeah. Some nice artwork as well. Just to keep it up a bit.
What is the story? Is the story seem like secondary to the gameplay, or
it's all about the gameplay?
Yeah.
Now, alright, so we've got basically got to shoot these switches, get the force field off to get over there, which is going to change things up depending on the, if we're trying to get the time attack through, isn't it?
Yeah. I really like the little animation of the tiles coming off of the ship or whatever it is. Every so often you'll see like a little tile comes flying off. I like that. Gives some depth to the background instead of it just being like a static image that you've got to navigate around.
That's right. Some big jumps.
God bloody hell, they are big jumps.
It's really satisfying.
Yeah, I can see it being one of them games that is, I'll just do one level. And you get to the end of the level, I'll just do another. They're quite short, I'll just do one more.
That's right. There you go, medal.
Yeah. What's the music like? Did you play it for long? Does it get repetitive?
I really like the music actually. It's sort of dramatic but jaunty. It's really nice music. You wouldn't, considering it's just an indie dev really. It's good.
Trying to get a bit ahead of yourself there.
Yeah. So at this point, I think I can, rather than go back out and do diagonal jumps.
Getting cocky. Look at that.
It's all the wrist. To start, it looks like what we're getting here now is starting to throw all the mechanics together.
Yeah.
I really dig the music.
Yes. I've just heard that it's like kind of like old school chiptune stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. Although I said that when I was saying about it maybe getting a bit repetitive, those games did get repetitive a little bit. They only got so much space for music files, so
it's true.
Maybe that's part of the old school nature of it.
I mean, this is quite a small download, but then it's a PlayStation Mini. That's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah, PlayStation Mini and a couple gigabytes. Yeah, that might work.
It is really fun. Hello.
I can see inside enemies.
Yeah, that's that's awesome.
How does the warping thing feel with using the analog stick to like place the reticule thing? Does it feel good or?
Ah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I have to be honest. I haven't played it on PSP, so I actually prefer it on there. That's probably because at the moment I can't stop playing on the Vita, and it's just it really works really well. Oh, another gold.
Getting good now. You have to go back and get some of them golds in earlier levels, the ones that you didn't.
Let's have a quick look around then, I suppose. Other than that, well, no, trophies. I don't think it can be that kind of trophies because, yeah, right, it's in-game trophies because minis don't have trophies. So, but yeah, that's pretty much Velocity. As I say, it's available for PlayStation Plus very early May and later on for everyone else. Keep an eye out nearer the release date for our review, I would say.
Yeah. Cool.
$3.99 though, not a bad deal at all.
PlayStation Plus though.
Yeah, free.
Yeah. I'll be getting that.
Right. See you later.
Bye.
Be.